D Punch Out TV. How are you out? How are you out there? Hope you're all good. Um, got a cracking fight this weekend. A great domestic fight between two unbeaten light heavyweight fighters coming out of South London. Joshua Buatsi from Croydon and Dan Azeez from Lewisham. This is going to be a brilliant fight. I think this is a 50-50 fight in my eyes. Maybe just edging Dan Azeez. I don't know. But if you're a true boxing fan, you'll watch this fight. This is a brilliant fight. And I'm glad it's been made. They're both very good friends out of the ring. Sparred each other loads of times. Joshua Buatsi is probably the favourite. I've just watched the gloves are off with him. Absolutely enjoyed it. Joshua Buatsi's tipped as a high prospect coming out of this country. He's 17-0 with 13 KOs, orthodox. But he's age 30. He's been very inactive of just late. He didn't have a fight for over a year, and then he fought some guy called Paul Stepping. But he was a lot of it's to do with moving promotional teams, as he was with Matchroom for a long time. I think most of his career, all his professional career. And then he decided to leave Eddie Hills and move over to Boxer with Gentle Ben. I'm glad I'm glad this fight's happening, because let's be honest, Sky Sports Boxing's been absolute arse since Matchroom have left there. Gentle Ben, don't know what he's doing. He's made a couple of alright fights, but Sky Sport Boxing it's dire. But this is a fight that's caught my attention. I've not really heard a lot of people speaking about it. Azeez is age 34, orthodox. He's the smaller of the two at 5'10". But he's a throwback fighter. His favourite fighter is Marvin Hagler. He dresses like Hagler with claret red shorts and them long white socks up to his knees. He does look a little bit like Hagler how he fights. Bobbing and weaving, coming forward. He does take a shot, and he likes to let his hands go. He's a pressure fighter. He's got a great jab, great overhand right. Like I say, he can be hit a bit because he doesn't move his head as much. He's got a very high guard, which I like. Joshua Buatsi is quite a skilled fighter. Buatsi is, for me, he likes to fight at range. One thing I've noticed with Joshua Buatsi in his last few fights against Craig Richards and that Richard Bolotniks, even that Paul Stepping, I've noticed he does not like being pushed back. I mean, the kid can fight on the back foot, but he can fight on the back foot if it's at range. For me, he doesn't like to fight on the back foot, and especially if the opponent is in close. Fighting on the inside, he seems to struggle because he can't let his hands go. Well, he can let his hands go, but what I mean is he seems to be the fighter who likes to get the distance on his punches. I've not been too impressed, like I say, of Joshua Buatsi. If I'm honest, I've been a bit critical of him of late. Maybe because I wanted to see him step up a bit more. Like, he should have been fighting Anthony Yarde. But this is going to be his toughest fight of his career, I think. Dan Azeez is the British, European and Commonwealth champion. So he's done it old school way, Southern area champion, then British, Commonwealth and European champion. He's 20-0 with 13 KOs, so they both got 13 KOs. Like I say, I've just been watching the gloves are off. You can tell they're both very good mates, but that will go out of the window once they step in the ring. Who wins this fight? I don't know. Something's just telling me Azeez might win it. He's been the more active of the two. Can Joshua Buatsi stand the relentless pressure what Azeez brings to the table? I think he could do. I honestly don't know. For me, this is just my personal view of looking at these two fighters. I can't see much in it between the two. Maybe you lot will. Let me know. I'd love to know what you think. But this is a great fight, man. And the winner is almost tipped to get a shot at Dimitri Bivol or Artur Beterbiev. But like I say, they're both getting on a bit. Azeez is 34. I've not watched much of Azeez's fights. I watched him beat Rocky Fielding when he stopped him in 7 rounds a couple of years ago. Or was it last year? And I watched him fight that Thomas Fior, the French guy, where he went to Paris and beat him on his own soil. But Azeez is an exciting fighter, man. They both are. Joshua Buatsi is. Actually, I've been a bit critical of Joshua Buatsi over the last few fights because I do believe that them opponents he should have beaten with ease. He was getting beat up off Richard Bolotniks, and then he found a great punch to knock him out in the 11th round. Craig Richards' fight, he struggled, but to be honest, I think Craig Richards would make a lot of people struggle. He's a tough old boy, Richards. And due to inactivity, I let the Powell stepping one slip because, like I say, he's not had a fight for over a year. Whereas Azeez had 2 fights this year. This is his 3rd fight this year. It's a mouth-watering fight, I think. Well, for me it is anyway. I'm definitely looking forward to this. I'm not too sure if Azeez's titles are on the line. I should imagine they will be. Like I say, he's done it when Joshua Buatsi hasn't done it. He's picked up the British, the European and the Commonwealth titles. So it's an interesting fight, really is. I highly recommend watch this. This will be a good fight. Someone's always got to go. Who will win? I honestly don't know. I might just tip Azeez me. But let me know what you think. Peace out, and I'll catch you very soon.